Mention the River Clyde anywhere around the world and you'll always come back with one word: shipbuilding. And quite right too, because at one time half of the world's ships were built right here on the Clyde. But if you're looking for any of those ships now, they are really hard to find. Except today, one has returned to the Clyde and I'm going to find out all about it. The TS Queen Mary was launched in 1933. It was built in the Denny Yard in Dumbarton, who are most famous for the Cutty Sark. As you can see, it's actually quite a big ship. It held 1,800 passengers, taking them from Bridge Wharf beside Jamaica Bridge in the centre of Glasgow, all the way down to the holiday resorts Doon the Water on the Clyde. Glasgow pleasure seekers would board this great ship and take it to exotic destinations like Dunoon and Rothesay, and even to Tynabrugh and the Kyles of Bute. It's amazing to think of the millions of Glaswegians who have stood in this very spot and looked down at the beauties of the Clyde. Hello Callum, how are you doing, mate?
Hello Fergus.
That's
I'm
lovely.
fine, thank you.
Well, this is a very, very fine ship you've got here. What makes her so special and why have you brought her back to Glasgow in the Clyde?
Well, this is the Queen Mary. She is the original Queen Mary.
And she was built basically to work on the Clyde?
Yes, she was built for the service from Glasgow to all the Clyde coast resorts. And in her working life, she must have carried millions of Glaswegian holidaymakers to Dunoon, Rothesay, and all the other resorts on the Clyde coast.
So why did she leave Glasgow?
She finished trading on the Clyde in the late 1970s. Caledonian McBrain were operating her, and she was losing a substantial amount of money, and she was expensive to run.
Right.
The holiday traffic to the Clyde resorts was falling off. The Glaswegians preferred to go for a cheap holiday to Mallorca, where the weather could be guaranteed, which it certainly can't on the Clyde coast.
Yeah.
We acquired the ship finally in October, and we've worked tirelessly since October to get the ship in such a state that we could have her towed from Tilbury to the Clyde. Every pound is a prisoner,
Yes.
and more quickly we can get the money, more quickly we can get the ship into dry dock, get her surveyed underneath the water, and get her back out on this quay, painted up and looking resplendent, and then we can concentrate on the major restoration inside the ship prior to having her relocated to Glasgow, where we hope to actually moor her underneath the Finnieston crane in the heart of the city.
For 44 years, from 1933 to 1977, the Queen Mary transported millions of Glaswegians on their summer holidays. It's been away from Glasgow and the Clyde for over 40 years, but now it's back. And hopefully soon it'll be back in Finnieston and Glaswegians will be able to enjoy this wonderful ship once again.